Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a reading for sign of Gemini, and keep in mind that this will not resonate for every Gemini. If you'd like a personal reading, that is going to be the first link in the description down below. And repeat that, first link in the description down below. You also find a bunch of other things in the description there. You can find my Etsy shop, which has my tarot and my oracle cards on there. Holographic stickers, as well as a mini holographic version of my oracle cards. And my pins, which are acrylic here. So we have the Seraphis Bay pin, White Raven pin, Green Man pin. All that's in the description down below on my Etsy shop. You can also find my shirt store, my website, different social media platforms I'm on, as well as Patreon. All that's in the description down below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so. I do appreciate your donations. So Gemini, let's see what Spirit has in store for you. What's happening here? We have the Round Table, Sword Maiden, Spear 9, Stone 9, Lady of the Lake, Stone Maiden, the Sun, Flowering of Logos. So this is already quite an interesting pull of cards here, Gemini. First, I think this Sword Maiden is yourself here. When we read more about the character, you understand why. But I see you pushing ahead here. I see you... I see a lot of joy coming up ahead for your life. You have the Lady of the Lake here. We'll read more about that here. But we have someone's head here on the platter. Alright, which I feel like Spirit... I feel like there may have been someone who did something wrong to you here. And this is like... they're getting some sort of karma right here. As of right now. But... anyways, I feel like there's a lot of completion and there's like a lot of like... I don't know, I just see you moving more into like peace, maturity, happiness. So, alright, let's do it. I'm starting with this because it's the first card in order. This is Lady of the Lake sits on a reed throne with a sword in one hand and a book in the other. She is companioned by a crane. She initiates Arthur into otherworldly knowledge as his foster mother, and receives him and his sword Excalibur back into her realms. It says learning, initiation, wisdom, knowledge, enlightenment, inspiration, counsel, psychic healing, the ability to impart instruction, questions, and these questions are important, Gemini. Alright, it helps you communicate with Spirit. Like these questions Spirit has for you, and you need to answer because it helps the communication there. It says, what is the source of your wisdom? What is being initiated now? What knowledge are you seeking here, Gemini? So what I feel like you've met the Lady of the Lake, which is like a spirit of what we just described here, right? You're being initiated into this, and it feels like a lot of psychic abilities, a lot of psychic knowledge. You know, when you like have a dream of something, and it tells you knowledge that you didn't even really know before of, it's like those psychic downloads. Alright, Gemini is what you're being initiated into. Okay, and I see you still seeking enlightenment. Alright. So, we have number 10. Round Table. Right here. This is through a Merlin's eye, Stonehenge. Above it is the Round Table, while above this is a circle of stars surrounding a crystal cup. From the circle of tribal council to Arthur's Round Table, and to future visions of peaceful governing. We seek balanced ways of representing the rights of all beings. It says timeliness, good fortune, cycle change, cause and effect, next phase or opportunity, cosmic law. Questions: what patterns are forming now? What is evolving? What guidance do your experiences give you? It feels like a lot of guidance here, Gemini. But what I feel like here, alright, that is the completion that has happened. Okay? You're persevering up ahead. You've overcome some challenges, right? Someone got their... I don't know, something happened to someone, alright, where they did something and now that's coming back to them. But either way, you're going on to the next phase, next cycle here. Okay, Gemini? So, what is it? It's the sun next. The moon and the sun. Liberated Mabon rides out to help achieve his quest on a white mare. On his back is a harp, for he is not only a hunter but a singer. As Maponus, bringer of light, he is the god of the Roman legionaries of Hadrian's Wall. He also represents the youthful Arthur who drew a sword from the stone. It says, innocence, purity, enthusiasm, warmth, a loving heart, joy, freedom, enlightenment, wholeness, health, clarity, directness, true vocation, realize. Question, what is coming to fruition? Where do you commit your enthusiasm here? What joy or freedom is being offered? See, there's a lot of freedom, there's a lot of joy here, and what is coming to fruition now? Alright, we already had this happen. The next cycle you're moving on to, what's happening with that now? Right? What makes you happy? I think is the big question. The landscape of the Seeker card is here, restored. The mature Seeker joins hand with the children of Tulisian card in delight. The bee and butterfly represent renewed fertility. Healing of the wasteland is the aim of the quest for the hollows. Now, land of loggers and flowers once again within the rainbow path. It says perfection, restoration, culmination, triumph, attainment, rapture, healing, benefit, a new era, a sense of unity. Question. What makes things whole? What is being restored here? How can you enjoy freedom and abundance being offered? See, this is what's being restored here. It feels like a lot of restoration, wholeness, completion. Now, we do have a certain theme over children, but I don't know if that's like your children or just future generations, right? That would be coming to you for guidance here. Maybe that would make you happy here. But either way, we have... the only thing we have here is a sword maiden. This is Didrain, Percival's sister, weaves a sword belt and embroiders a scabbard with her hair. An insightful, quick, truthful, flexible, discerning person, unexpected, sometimes challenging news. Question, what cuts to the heart of the matter? You see, that's why I said I think this sword maiden is yourself here. Spears. Spear 9. Turbulent sea crashes against high, jagged cliffs, on which a spear stands. It says, enduring strength, difficulties ahead, laying down reserves, preparation against adversity, risk assessment. Question, what keeps you persevering? Stone 9. Stone 9. Animals find sanctuary at the wild herdsman's clearing. Accomplishment, enjoyment of solitary pursuits, ease, love of nature, relaxation and leisure, personal satisfaction. Question, what is yours to enjoy? You see, there's this big theme on like, what is yours to enjoy? What makes you happy? What is being restored here? But, that sort of thing here. Then we have the Stone Maiden. The Stone Maiden walks across the snow, which is kind of funny because it just snowed here, Gemini. I don't know where you are, but either way, the snow bearing the head of a man on a platter. Blood falls into the snow, overstanding a stone, a raven hovers. A practical, capable, considerate, realistic person, time to study a contract. Question, what must you study? And there's a big thing here in what must you study, in which I feel like is that of like psychic, mystical, and spiritual here, Gemini. So, let's get some more cards. Here. The Spiral Tower, Spear Maiden, Stone Knight, Sword 5, Sword 9, Sword 3, Spear 3, Spear 2. Gemini, I'm not sure what happened here. We go back to that this, right? You have someone here having a very bad tower moment, where there's kind of like a lot of things breaking down around them. And what I heavily feel like that's because they done something to you. So then spirit, you know, there's karma, right? And I also feel like there's a lot of people that are going to be, look at this sword 9 here. A lot of people that are going to be getting their karma. So, ooh. On the bottom of the deck we have the Marlin. Let's have the Marlin going around doing this. Marlin is the magician. Here, Major Arcana. The only thing we have in Major Arcana here is a spiral tower. It says lightning shatters the tower upon a high tour, but the spiral tower remains. Although the Round Table Fellowship falls apart, the eternal order indicated by the zodiacal signs continue to glow within the land. An owl flies with its prey. Radical change is part of the soul's evolution. Shocking change, realization of limitations, liberation from outworn concepts, phases, or behavior, humility, natural forces, explosion of poisons, loss of cozy security, transfiguration, self-awareness. Questions. What is breaking down or dysfunctional? What needs to go? What sudden realizations strike you? So there's also like a letting go of what is dysfunctional in your life here, Gemini. There's a shocking change. There's like a lot of revelations for yourself here, but I feel like it's that of positive revelations and kind of like releasing things that don't really serve you anymore. Understand? So sword 3, 9. Oh, and 5. So sword 3. A broken bridge. It says loss, sorrow, separation, a breakup, jealousy, deep disappointment, bereavement. Question, what is being lost? See, even though, I want you to keep in mind, even though I'm reading these things, I don't feel like this is happening to, I feel like this is happening to people around you. So there could be breakups, there could be a lot of different things. That's what it's wanting to point out here. We got a crazy reading. We have sword 5. A house burns. In a devastated landscape, Arthur fought against pitiless destruction of ruthless lords and invaders. It says defeat, slander, contention, cowardice, divisive means, unethical behavior, thwarted plans, militia attacks. Question, what is causing division? Yeah. Sword 9. Night under a waning moon is a placated fence with severed heads upon its spikes. In a ditch lies a sword. Suffering, fear, guilt, grave doubts, cruelty, despair, premonition, and nightmares. Danger, facing the worst. Question, what is the worst here? Alright, yep. Yes. Pay attention to any visions that you may be having or dreams as well, Gemini. But that is heavily what I see and what I feel here. So let's say people tried to slander you in some way. That comes back to them. Let's say people, you know, like, let's say, love interest, they did something bad, they left you, whatever, right? That comes back to them. You know, all this sort of stuff that people have done to you comes back to them. However, it comes back a lot worse in a way to these people. Gemini, there's just a need for right now to kind of keep your mind clear. You understand? You're not thinking that of negativity, so that doesn't come back to you in turn. For now, Spirit 2. This is Garrett wins the Sparrowhawk contest through his skill in arms. Control, mastery, maturity, attainment of goals, dynamic drive, courage, determination. Question, what is driving you towards your goal? I see you attaining your goals here, Gemini. There's a big theme on that. Spear 3. Force of adventure leads seekers deeper into their quest. Confidence, expansiveness, proven strength, enterprising initiative. Question how your plan's creating capacity. This is the next phase for you here. One of the next phases here is you achieving your goals, enterprising business, all that sort of stuff here, where it's like you proven your strength to really attain these things here. Okay? We have Spear Maiden. The Spear Maiden runs with her spear raised on her right wrist is a hawk. An energetic, enthusiastic, outgoing, courageous, and resourceful person. Encouragement, illuminating news, loyalty. Question: where must you be forthright? Okay, so the Spear Maiden can be yourself, not a person around you, but either way. Stone Knight. The Stone Knight rides a bay horse through a mountain pass at sunset. On his arm is a checkered shield. A dependable, hard-working, patient, persevering, committed, stable person. Help with finances and responsibilities. Question: what are you depending on? Okay, here. So Stone Knight might be yourself here. Same with the Spear Maiden. But I really see you going towards your goals, and I see you achieving them. I also see a lot of maturity happening here. Grail 7, Spear 5, Arthur, Sword Queen, the Moon, Grail 8, Gawain, Sword King. So the Sword King, Sword Queen, we're going to count that as yourself here. I feel like things may be becoming more clear to you. I see a lot of strength here. I see a lot of, like, power. Arthur is a primordial guardian of the land of Britain, from Dark Age battle leader who wielded warring tribes together to medieval king whose round table brought justice. He's recognizably sovereignty's champion. He sits upon his throne in the high mountain passes of Snowdania. Behind him is a Draco standard with a Pendragon. It says leadership, authority, energy, organization, order, courage, masculinity, fatherhood, responsible love, benevolence, dynamism, stability. Questions: what brings stability to the situation? What are your ambitions? And what are your ambitions? What boundaries are needed now? You see, it feels like you're stepping more into a leadership role here. There can also be that of like fatherhood or like motherhood here, because we do have that card. And then we have this, which has a child in the moon here. We did see that of children either way. Doesn't really matter here. Feels like a lot of stability is happening for you. Gawain is Arthur's nephew and champion. He accepts the challenge of the Green Knight and submits to being beheaded, but the Green Knight merely nicks his neck because Gawain accepted the magical token of the Lady Bertlick. He wears her interlaced knot forever on his shield, the Hawk of Gawain's ancient Celtic name. Gwalchmane? Hawk of May hovers overhead. It says self-discipline, enduring strength, abilities exercised, vitality, moral certitude, courage to accept challenges, fortitude, passion. Questions: what is the source of your courage? Who or what are you defending here? What is the appropriate response here? Alright, Gemini. And also, what is going to be the appropriate response for when people do come, like, asking you questions? You know, like, I don't know. I see you leading people. There's a lot of strength here. Looking at your cards. It says the salmon leads the way to the discovery of Mabon, god of innocence and truth, lost from the beginning of time. The finding, embryonally depicted in the full moon, is one of the quests of Coleridge, Arthur's nephew. Only the oldest animals remember Mabon's location. So if you remember this goes back to the sun right here, because we were talking about that character with the sun. Okay? says generation and gestation, cycle growth patterns, fluctuation, dreams and visions, deep memory, introspection, the creative process, seasonal round, instinct. Questions. What are your dreams telling you? See, we were talking about dreams earlier. What grows in the darkness? What messages do your instincts bring? Okay. So we have dreams and visions. Dreams and visions are quite important to you, Gemini. Alright, they're going to be like leading you a lot here. There's also a thing about generations here. Once again. But, let's see what else do we have. You do have this two-sword king and queen, which I just passed. One of the 9 wise women of Gloucester, who trains Percival in deeds of arms, furnishes her sword. A keenly intelligent, shrewd, independent, disciplined person, careful analysis, fosterage of skills. Question, what defends independence and truth? Okay. So Sword King sits enthroned with his sword on the mound of justice, impartial, just, analytical, thoughtful, and discriminating arbitrator, an important decision. Question, what is your impartial assessment? Okay, then we have Spear 5. Spear 5. Against a setting sun, crossed spears rest against a monolith. It says contention and strife, solitary struggle, competitiveness, directorial attitudes, obstruction. Question, who or what are you trying to best? So, Gemini wants... You know, it's another thing. When you do rise to this sort of leadership role, this sort of power, that's where the question of what's going to be the best response here. You're going to have someone here who's going to try to best you, or try to, like, be... I don't know, they're trying to beat you here competitive wise, but it feels like they don't really compete to you. You understand? So that's why the question of what is going to be the best response here. Okay. Which I feel like goes back to the Sword King, Sword Queen. On your own thoughts on what that's going to be. Your own assessment here. So Grail 7, Grail 8. In the waters of a lake, a fortress is reflected as a fairy how a cup of silver stands upon the near bank. It's a self-deception, illusion, and overactive imagination, unrealistic fantasies, glamour of delusion. Question, what is deluding you? I feel like these are people... I feel like this is something that become quite clear to you, but I feel like these are people who are quite delusional. So it says 2 candles burn on the altar of a chapel, while an 8-sided chalice of wine spills upon the floor. It says discontinuance of plans, withdrawal of energies and desires, self-pity, reassessment of old beliefs and values. Question, what must be reevaluated? Okay, I also feel like you're going to be reevaluating a lot of things here, but I feel like your response here is going to be making them reevaluate what they were thinking, what their plans were. Okay. So, let's get some runes and some charms for yourself here, because this video's gone on quite a long time. So you have the Green Man. The Green Man trying to connect with you at the moment. The Green Man actually does kind of tie into all of this here. You might have heard it with the Green Knight, where it's called a different name there. But either way, look that up, the Gemini, because that's quite important here. We have the dragon, which can be the Merlin's dragon over here. Right here. In the background. Can also be the Chinese zodiac sign of the dragon. We also have the rainbow. That could be the rainbow bridge to ascension here. Okay. We have the rose, which can be like the heart chakra, that opening up here. We have a big breakthrough here, Gemini, and things just flowing for you. That is a big breakthrough here. Is it just flowing? Which is very good here. You also being protected. Alright, which I feel like is by the Green Man right here. So, that is all I have for you. Like I said, first link in the description down below for personal reading. Also go on my Etsy shop. Go on there, go buy something. We have another one right here, which I did not see here. So this is like the self, right? Big breakthrough in yourself and you just coming into flow with yourself here. It's another thing. What was I saying? Oh yeah, just don't forget to like and subscribe. So, goodbye.